Welcome to this week's episode of Budz's Farm Stories. This week I am taking you to a different section of the field. We are down by our Opulent 2. So this is our CBG strain that we are growing this year. And as you can see, these gals are doing awesome. I took a measurement on the Eclipse, so the CBD plant that I've been filming by for the past few weeks, and she's at about 1 foot 4 inches. And now I'll take a measurement of the Opulent 2. And she's at about 2 feet 4 inches. So I would say, yeah, overall the CBGs are probably about a foot taller than the CBDs. And that's all right. Possibly the CBD plants just grow a little bit faster, but the CBD plants look happy and healthy. And as you can see, there are no weeds around the plants. Levi has been doing an amazing job at keeping our field in tip-top shape, so there's no weeds out here. And, these girls are getting all the energy that they need. So, for this week's educational topic, I'm going to be discussing drug testing and CBD. So if you go online and you Google, if I take CBD, will I pass a drug test? You're going to see a variety of results. And what I'm going to share with you is what we've experienced here personally at Budz Butter through this whole process of developing our brand. And I hope that this information is of value to you. So when we first started on this journey, Budz had been taking our CBD for about a year. So he was taking a full spectrum tincture, and he went in and got a physical done, and he also had to take a drug test. And when he went back in to see his results on his physical, he found out that he failed his drug test. And it instantly brought a red flag because, why would I fail a drug test? Like, I'm not smoking marijuana. I'm not doing anything like that. And when he took a look at the lab report, it said that he tested positive for cannabinoids, which brought up a red flag because, yes, while the tincture he was taking had 0.3% THC in it, it also had other cannabinoids in it like CBD, CBG, CBN, CBC. So those cannabinoids that are very beneficial to your body and do not get you high are what tested positive. And if this would have been for a place of employment, Doug may have lost his job. So through having further conversations with his doctor, we learned that there are two types of drug tests out there. There are tests that test for cannabinoids as a whole, and there are tests out there that will test specifically for THC. And what we've learned is that the tests that test specifically for THC cost quite a bit more. So places of employment, hospitals, they may choose to take the test that tests for cannabinoids as a whole. But unfortunately, that kind of affects our products because CBD is a cannabinoid. So if you're taking a full spectrum tincture, a broad spectrum tincture, or a CBD isolate, there's still a chance that you may test positive on a drug test. And I can't guarantee that you won't, and that's something I will always say. I always say check with your employer because I would never want anything like that to happen to one of our customers. But I just always recommend talking with them about this because it honestly depends on the drug test. And I really hope that this is something that changes soon. I mean, I know other states are far in advance. For example, like Colorado. When we lived out there, when Levi first moved out there, he didn't get drug tested at all for his job. Granted, it was recreationally legal out there, marijuana was, but they still didn't drug test or anything like that. So I'm hoping that with time, maybe Wisconsin, if they could just come up with a certain type of test that will test just for levels of THC, or if they'll add something where they test for CBD, and if, they could see that, oh yeah, people are testing positive for cannabinoids because there's this level of CBD in there. Something like that, especially because people benefit from taking our products, especially people who are in labor-intensive industries. And let's say, along with that job, they have a CDL they have to obtain. And with that, you have to take a drug test. And it's very unfortunate that someone would benefit from taking a CBD product, but because they have their CDL, they can't because otherwise they'll fail the test. So I'm hoping with time that this will change. I hope it does soon because, I feel so bad for these people. But I mean, on the bright side, there are places of employment that are being very positive and are working with people with taking CBD. I've had people come up to me at farmers markets and other events and just, their employer is either flat out saying, nope, CBD is in our policy that you cannot take it. And there are other employers that are willing to work with people and are being more flexible because they're seeing how this is a growing industry and they're kind of adapting with the times. So hopefully soon we'll have a solution to all of this. But until then, I mean, I would just definitely check with your employer. So yeah, that's it for this week's episode. If you guys have any suggestions on other topics you would like for me to talk about, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to get on it. See ya, guys.